Does your child have an eating disorder? Before you say no, before you say I don't know, listen to what I have to say. A friend of mine reported to me that her daughter went for her first day of middle school, and while she is sitting in the lunchroom, there are a group of girls who are on some sports teams, or activity teams, I'll say, who are talking about their food intake and how long they could go without food so that they did not gain weight. I know some of the mothers, and I believe that they probably have no idea that their daughters are developing unhealthy ideas about food and intake. Already they're starving themselves. Already these are tiny, tiny girls, and they see themselves as fat or unacceptable or ugly. What I want to talk to you about today is how to tell if your child may have an eating disorder. Now, you don't want to go and just diagnose them, but there is a downloadable file attached to this video, or if you're on our website, driventobefree.org, we'll have it here where you can download it. I happen to be a mother who had a child for years who had an eating disorder, and I had no idea. Now, the symptoms were there, but I wasn't aware of what those symptoms were. Until probably when she was in college, she sat down with me and she said, "Mom, I need you to listen to something. And you're not going to want to believe it, but I need for you to listen to me." So when she said to me, "Mom, I have an eating disorder," my thing was, I don't know, I don't understand it, how can this be true? She's like, "I need you to listen to what I have to say. I don't need you to bury your head in the sand, but I need you to pay attention and listen." When she said that, I decided to listen, and she began to pour out her heart because she was at the end of her rope and she had finally to tell someone. I carried that secret with me for a lot of years until we found resolution and how she could be healed, gloriously healed. Now, that's been a process. She got set free. She got healed. I remember after she was set free, the first meal that she ate, she began weeping and she said, "Mom, this is the first food I've ever put in my mouth that I did not feel guilty for." Now, for me, I had to fight some guilt myself, because here is my college-age child who has felt guilty all of her life when she put food into her mouth. Beautiful girl who did not see herself accurately. I want to say, don't bury your head in the sand. Whether it's your child, your niece, your nephew, whomever it is, educate yourself on what an eating disorder looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like, because we are surrounded by girls who don't have a natural view. And actually, anorexia, bulimia, and purging, those are some very tormenting issues to have, and also can be life-threatening. Now, just to tell you a little bit about what I experienced, I watched my child as if she ate something unhealthy. In my opinion, in my husband's opinion, she would just go work that off. What we did not know, when someone has an eating disorder, their mind is skewed and it's not thinking properly. For example, in the book we talk about rules. So one of the rules might be, if I eat a whole cookie, I will exercise for 4 hours. There's a lot of self-punishment involved. There's a lot of wacky thinking, but the thing is, they don't know that it's wacky. And you may see some things you think are normal. What we thought was, she's just trying to make sure that she's healthy. Well, when we didn't see clearly, had I educated myself, I would have picked up on the cues earlier. So go through this free PDF that we've got attached, and then we do have areas in our book, Driven to Be Free, from Food Addictions and Eating Disorders, where my co-author, Amber, she also went through an eating disorder, and she has put so much good things into this book to help. So be blessed, be wise, don't bury your head in the sand, and educate yourself when it comes to eating disorders.